What's shaking, nerds? Welcome back to another Tarkov video. Today we're going to be doing TarkovTV number 4. This one was in Russian, but thankfully to my buddy Sneaky Russian 007, we got this. He translated it live. It was unreal. And guys, if you don't know Sneaky Russian 007, you gotta follow him. He's on twitch.tv and I'm going to put the link down below. But until then, let's go, nerds. I've got so many notes written down, I'm like a serial killer. They all look like a serial killer did them because my handwriting is god awful. I made the mistake by not putting it in a Word document, but you know what? They're kind of all over the place. I'm just gonna say it all at once and then I'll focus in on the weapon stuff, but we'll focus in on the miscellaneous and everything else. So the first thing they talked about was how military base is gonna be 2/3 of the size of Woods. I'm very much okay with this, considering military base looks like it's going to have a lot of buildings in there. They even talked about how there's some underground sections, so I have no problem with this. I think it's going to be a great size, and this is good. This is good. They are still working on the arena. Someone jokingly asked about esports Tarkov, and you know, Nikita laughed and said they're still working on arena. It might come this year with a competitive mode, but it's not something they're really working on at the moment. I'm okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think we're really trying to get a competitive mode. I think the big thing we're looking for is offline raids, which again, they touched on in this video, and they said what they said last time, and that's it's going to be with like a clan system, and your clan will have to be high enough level, and it won't be offline technically, but it'll be all you guys still. They also talked about the sound positioning and how they're working on the sound system within the new Unity engine, and they know right now it's not perfect, but they are working on it right now, and they're always making tweaks and whatnot. The other thing was about the VoIP, and it should be coming in 0.12. So here's the thing, they said should. He didn't say for sure, and he's usually pretty, you know, honest about it, if it's coming or not, because he knows not to get everyone's, expectations too high. That's the word I'm looking for. So he also talked on how there might be radio-based communications and things being in the way of the signal. So think of like everyone has a walkie-talkie or something, but if you're far away, you might not get the signal and whatnot. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a super EFT thing to do, eh? Super EFT thing. Nikita also said in 0.12 they're working to deliver quality and not quantity. Even though they want to deliver on the quantity, they said that their main focus, of course, is always quality. And I get that because I think 0.12 is going to be a huge patch for them. So much changes are coming that I think they need to focus on the quality aspect, or a lot of people are going to just be I told you soing. Another thing they're going to be having is there's going to be new heads and faces for the USECs and the bears, and there's also going to be customizable clothing, so you're going to have different shirts and pants and whatnot. They also said that the bears and USECs will have completely different sets of clothing that only they can use. And this is something that kind of made me a little skeptical, only because what happens if, say, the bear has something that everyone loves? You know, there's every skin in every game, there's always one that everyone loves because it's super trolly or something. And what happens if the bear has that and then everyone's playing bears, and then there's a mission where you need to get a whole bunch of USEC dog tags, and now the USEC population's down? It's just something to think about. Either way, I'm really excited to have some sort of clothing option to make myself look different. So this is the Beretta video. I took the sound off only because in most of it Nikita's screaming in Russian, but right now I'm just going to tell you a couple of things about the weapons he talked about. One thing is Nikita wants every single AK in this game. I'm not surprised by that, seeing how many there are and are coming. The other thing he let us know is that the AUG is planned, and also revolvers and sawed-offs are coming. Those are also planned, which is dope, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's dope. More guns, that's all I like. I like more guns. I like that they're adding guns, you guys, that aren't like, oh, this is a super powerful gun. It's just like, no, we just want a complete collection of guns. You know, I'm down. More choices, the better. The other thing he wanted us to know, though, is the Kar 98 will never be in Tarkov. It just doesn't make sense for this game taking place in Russia. So that's totally fine. One of the guests, joking around, obviously, just said, hey, are our guns going to have some skins, or are we going to be able to color them? And Nikita just laughed and said, hey, you can already color them. All you have to do is go into Oli and get a can of spray paint. He's joking, of course, meaning, guys, read between the lines, that will never happen. Skins are never, ever, ever coming to this game. Also, he wanted us to know that the leg meta doesn't exist anymore. It's been looked into by so many people using complex measures, and he just says it's a trend now to joke about, but it's really not a thing. It's just a trend, you guys. This is just a stupid trend we all love to joke about. So here's a couple of pictures of some of the mods coming. There's a ton of pictures, so enjoy these, and I'll keep rambling to you guys, reading off my serial killer handwriting here. So one thing I didn't even know about, but I put two and two together and it makes sense, is EOD will be removed by the release of the game. So you won't be able to get EOD forever. It is limited, and it's by release time, you're not going to be able to get it. Another thing they touched on is the compass. And he says it was planned for .12, but it might get pushed back. Now, this is different from 9 days ago when they were doing the English podcast, and they're saying, oh yeah, the compass is definitely coming, and now it might actually get pushed back. And he said something really weird. He said, you have a choice. Will you get to do bench presses in our hideout or get a compass? There will be a free compass on top of your watch that will show north, but that's it for now. You'll only be able to see where north is. I don't get this whole bench pressing in our hideout. This hideout thing, I really need to see the layout of it. In my head, I just can't picture it, but I'm thinking positive, and it's gonna be better than unicorns. So he also told us about Unity and how the changes aren't really going to be in the graphics, because those are still the same assets. It's not really going to do anything for the graphics, but what Unity is going to do is it's going to be a completely different backend to the game. So we will notice that. Also, something that is super interesting is he's saying Reshade will have certain functions that will be banned, and they might even ban it altogether. I'm okay with this, you guys, and especially because when they do this Unity change, I'm sure they're going to have something inside the options that's going to be able to change stuff like, sharpness and whatnot, depending on your settings. So get rid of it. I'm okay with that. If .12 comes out and Reshade's banned, I'm very much okay with that. Here's something that really, really got me bummed out, though. He said, dynamic spawning of loot, they're not really looking into it at the moment. And that's something that I've wanted for the longest time, because I think it would be so cool that you have to loot everywhere. You have to go everywhere. Like if you're in Shoreline, you don't just go to 310, 226, and 206 and whatnot. You're going into every room, because every room can have some sort of, ruble, or I don't know, some jewels, some goblets of something that are made of gold. That sounds nice. And another downer, here you guys go, is someone said, how many maps until it releases? And of course, military base, and they said lighthouse and terminal. I don't know where Streets of Tarkov went. I thought Streets was coming soon. So he didn't mention Streets at all, but he said that they are cutting back on some of the maps. Again, I don't know what that means, but there are 4 locations to be added, and the village is being removed from the map. So the map's still going to be the map, but the village is going to come off. But he said before they get into release, all they have to do is release Lighthouse and Terminal. And also he said Woods is going to be expanded. There's going to be a small village added to Woods. I'm sure he didn't mean it like there's not going to be other maps added or whatnot, but that's how I took it. I don't know. We'll take this with I'm taking all this stuff with a grain of salt, even though Sneaky Russian 007 did an amazing job on this. And here's an animation for the KS-23 shotgun coming. We also have an animation of one of the stand-up turret guns. This thing looks frightening as shit, but if you're on the other side of it using it, it's gonna be a blast. One last video we have is the Ash 12, and this thing looks crazy intense, you guys. Especially single fire, this thing's gonna melt people. When it's on auto, it does look like it kicks a lot, but there's sometimes when it has really good mods on it, it looks like it doesn't kick that much. But this gun is gonna be the new gun, I think. This is just gonna melt people. But you know what? Look for yourself. Check out the video here.
Закидывай. Вон он. Вон он. Помог тебе. Вон он, блядь! Ебать его!
So here's a picture they showed of the underbarrel grenade launcher, and Nikita wanted to let everyone know just because it's shown doesn't mean it's in point 12. And I'm happy, and you're happy, and I'm gonna call my mom right now to tell her the good news. Just a couple more articles here, guys, and we're done, okay? So they also wanted to let us know the mobile app for EFT is still in the works, and it's for people that need to get insurance or just want to play with their inventory system and they can't get there to their PC. But they also said if anyone out there is an app developer, to contact BSG, which in turn makes me think they're not too far ahead on this, so don't hold your breath for this year. They're also saying that they're banning people by 40 to 50 of them every day. They're banning 40 to 50 cheaters a day. This very much contradicts everything he said 9 days ago at the English stream. So at the English stream, he said he's banning over 100 a day, 140 that day, he said. And now he said for the past couple of weeks, they've been banning about 40 to 50 a day. And they also said it's been a lot less the past couple of days because there's a lot less cheaters on. Perfect. Okay, I guess they're getting rid of the cheaters. That's awesome. I'm really happy for this. They're listening to the community, and I think they were doing this all along, but at least we know for sure. Also, they wanted to let us know they're getting a new anti-cheat system built into the game specifically for them. I think it's through them though, and they said it's really cool and unique, so hopefully it works really well. The last thing, you guys, is they're looking to put a party system in the game. So instead of partying up like at the map screen, you're going to be able to party up before this. And I think this is brilliant. This is something I've always wanted because I hate that your party disbands after every match. And that's it, you guys. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Again, guys, Sneaky Russian 007 translated this all. I just took notes. Thank you again, buddy, and you can check him out at twitch.tv/sneakyrussian007. Also, guys, you can catch me on twitch.tv. I do stream 5 days a week. Please come by, and if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you nerds later. Thank you, guys.